It is currently the transfer window and your team is linked with at least 50 players. But sometimes, last-minute buys can make or break a team's transfer window. A panic buy is usually a player that is bought on transfer deadline day as teams rush to fill the last few remaining slots in their squad for the upcoming season. But hi, it's me, your host RevBoy from HITC Football, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at 8 panic buys that turn out to be fantastic deals. So let's crack into it straight away to stop you waiting around with our pick for number 1. Wayne Rooney, 2004. At the time, the young 16-year-old Rooney, who was tipped to be the greatest teenager on the planet at the game of football, was playing at Everton. With him being such a promising young talent and Everton finishing 17th, there was no way he was going to stay. The likes of Arsenal, Chelsea and Newcastle were all linked with Wayne Rooney. But on the final day on transfer deadline day, Rooney left Everton for 33 million before going on to become an absolute icon and legend at Manchester United. This transfer still stands as one of Manchester United's best ever deals in the transfer market, unlike recently. After 559 appearances for Manchester United, picking up 253 goals, he left Man United as their all-time leading goal scorer. So just think about how crazy it would have been if Rooney ended up at Newcastle playing for the Toons or at Chelsea playing for the Blues. Next up, we have number 2, Eric Cantona, 1992. Eric Cantona, for a lot of people, is the reason why Man United came back to be a powerhouse in the 1990s, and many fans referring to Eric Cantona as King Eric. But what many people are unaware of is that Eric Cantona's signing was completely by chance. United were having a terrible start to the 1992-93 season, and as it got into November, the club, the fans and Alex Ferguson knew that somebody else needed to be brought in that window. And it just so happens around the same time, Leeds United were desperately in need of a left-back, and they inquired to Man United about the services of Dennis Irwin. And apparently in the same call between the two agents of the clubs, Man United inquired about Eric Cantona. But while Eric Cantona had been fantastic for Leeds and pretty good, he was a bit of a risk to sign due to his poor disciplinary record. So with the deal in place, Cantona went to United for €1.8 million and went on to become one of Man United's best ever players. Fantastic with his feet, very technical and a very reliable goal scorer. With 82 goals in 185 games, Eric Cantona was one hell of a panic buy that worked out to be good. Eric Cantona always rose to the occasion, but sometimes he rose maybe a little bit too much into the stands. A little bit too much passion, but maybe that's what Manchester United are missing right now. In at number 3, we have Edgar David, 2004. Edgar David only played 18 times for Barcelona, but to many people, they believe he was one of Barcelona's most important ever signings. Why, you may be asking? For a lot of people, he turned that team around. And not just for his 18-game run, but for good. Edgar David came into Barcelona on loan from Juventus at a time where Barcelona weren't having the best of luck and were a bit down in the dumps. They'd only won 7 games in the first half of the season and found themselves stuck in 12th in La Liga. And to make matters worse, they just suffered their first home defeat to Real Madrid in 20 years. But Davids came in and changed everything. He played as a DM, a deep-lying playmaker, breaking up play, bringing strength and structure to the Barcelona midfield and backline, while freeing the likes of Xavi and Ronaldinho to go and run riot up front. And at the end of that season, Barcelona managed to crawl all the way up to 2nd, their highest finish in 4 years. Over them couple of months and during the start of the next season, Edgar David went back to Inter Milan, and Barcelona went on to win the Champions League and La Liga double. Number 4, Raphael Van Der Fahrt. Van Der Fahrt was fantastic for a season or two while at Real Madrid and was even nominated for the Ballon d'Or in 2008, but Manuel Pellegrini did not see him in his future plans. So he was placed on the transfer list, and he sat there until 2 hours before deadline day when Tottenham Hotspur came in with an offer. But due to technical difficulties, the transfer nearly didn't go through as the computer systems that were used for the sign of the contract had crashed. So for a whole night, nobody knew if the transfer was going to go through. But the next day, the Premier League came out and said that we're going to allow the transfer to go through due to the technical difficulties that occurred. And it's lucky that he did. He came into Tottenham and was fantastic, a revelation, coming in fresh with experience in their first ever Champions League campaign. He was loved by fans and he was a fantastic combination to have up front with Peter Crouch. Even though he was only there for 2 years, he definitely left his mark on the North London club. As we just hit the halfway point in the video, I'd like you all pretty please to make sure you hit that like button. Also, hit the share button as well. If you found it interesting, maybe someone you know will. Hit the subscribe button and make sure you leave your comment down below. And if you're enjoying the content, let me know and I can make similar content in future. But cracking back into it, in number 5, Arjen Robben. Robben modernised what you call a wide midfielder slash winger. At that time, most wingers would stay wide, cross the ball into the strikers, and that would be their job. But Arjen Robben had the class to bring the ball in, cut inside, and score on his beautiful left foot, and he was also quite decent with his right. Taking the position, flipping it on his head, and making it his own. We saw this several times at Bayern Munich, but not at Chelsea or Real Madrid, where he seemed to struggle. At the time that Robben was signed, Bayern Munich was struggling over in the Bundesliga, and Louis van Gaal needed to bring in a goal scorer and someone that's going to come in with goals and take him out of the sinking hole they were in. When we talk about Arjen Robben and Frank Ribery, we are talking about one of the best attacking partnerships we've ever seen in world football. After being forced out of the Spanish capital Madrid, he went to Bayern to win a total of 20 trophies. And with the 25 million that was spent on Arjen Robben, it was definitely money well spent. With his 201 appearances for the club, picking up 99 goals, yes, just at one off the 100 mark, and also picking up 62 assists, Bayern Munich fans will look back and be very happy about this deadline day signing. Number 6, Christian Eriksen. The year was 2013 and Tottenham had a hell of a lot of money to spend after acquiring Gareth Bale. Christian Eriksen, who was announced on deadline day for just over 14 million, came into the club and he was absolutely amazing to watch. Technical, fantastic passing, brilliant free kicks. Eriksen was a revelation at Tottenham. It wasn't long before he was recognised as one of the best creative midfielders in the world. He left Spurs after 7 years after problems with the board and went into Milan. Obviously, we all know what happened to him at the Euros and he's now back at Brentford doing what he used to do. Wishing him the best of luck and the best of health. He was definitely one of the best Premier League deadline day buys. Number 7, we're going to talk about Dimitar Berbatov. The year was 2008. Berbatov had been at Tottenham for 2 years and there was already a big fierce battle starting to come out between the two Manchester clubs, City and United, over who was going to get the signature of the player. Man City came out and said that Man United had been unethical in how they'd approached Dimitar Berbatov due to the fact that Alex Ferguson had been speaking to the Bulgarian striker all summer. Tottenham also wanted Berbatov to go to City due to this. But Berbatov was not interested with City at all and decided to move to Manchester United for 30 million on deadline day. They won 2 Premier Leagues, a League Cup and also the Club World Cup, also picking up a Golden Boot in the 2010-2011 season. And finally, the last Man United striker to come in on deadline day is Edison Cavani. Leaving PSG on a free transfer to join Manchester United, coming in with a stigma of being a free transfer and also a panic buy, he had an instant impact on that Manchester United team, in which was already a poor season. Playing 59 times for United during his time there after leaving recently on a free transfer, scoring 19 goals, picking up 7 assists as well in a struggling Manchester United team. Yeah, maybe not one of the best, but I think Man United fans when he came in would have been more than happy. But that just wraps up the video. I hope you enjoyed. It's been me, RevBoy from HITC Football, and let me know if there's any panic buys or deadline day moves I've missed in the comment section below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like, make sure you share it with your pals, and also make sure you hit that beautiful red subscribe button. But RevBoy from HITC Football once again, and I'll see you again on Sunday. All the best.